guys, welcome on this new Coach Dev Academy Lab Guide. I'm Quentin Guinness, and today we are with the Porsche 718 GT4 around the Motorsport circuit for the week 4 of the new series with the LMP3 and the GT4. So as usual, first we're gonna go with the hot lap, and then I'm gonna go into more details about the car and the track. So yep, let's get started. Alright guys, here we go for the lap with the Porsche on Motorsports, and here is the turn 1. So basically I'm gonna brake, like it's not a big braking zone, so it's really a slight braking to slow down a bit the car, but it's not like a huge braking zone. So basically on top of the crest, I'm gonna brake really slightly to put the car into the corner, but then I'm just gonna, as you can see, just about like slowing down a bit the car, but then I'm gonna use the power to find the rotation of the car and basically carry the momentum for the exit. For this one, it's really important to really stick to the inside, to really stick to the inside curb. You don't really need to use it completely because most of the time with few cars, it can a bit unsettle the car at, basically make it unstable. So I prefer to really stick to it and really getting close to the edge of the curbing. And then as you can see, just carrying a lot of speed, just using all the curb on the exit. One thing about this track and which seems to work is basically to using the, it seems to be like a new track surface, which is right there. You will find this kind of thing. Maybe it's better with the exit cam, or maybe this one actually. Like using this part of the track when you can make it actually when it's worth it. Like the last few corners, you have this new tarmac basically on the track, which is seems to be a bit more grippy. We found that during the one of the race in TCR last season, which was you could gain a bit of time when you use them. So if you're on the right racing line, then you're capable to use it. Like I think it's better to use it to have a bit more grip. But yeah, if you cannot just stick to the racing line with the best for you, which is the most comfortable for you as well. But most of the time, it's really natural to use it. So you will find that during the lap guides. So just stick to the inside curb and then just on the power for the exit, full power using all the curbing on the exit. Do not go too wide basically for this one, otherwise it can be an easy off track. Then it's pretty much the same for this one, just on top of the crest, just releasing the throttle and then on the brakes, slightly on the brakes just to slow down a bit the car and make it rotate a bit on the exit, on the entry, but then just on the exit, it's pretty much almost like full power. Like I said, using a bit of the new track surface just with the right wheel for this time because it's not really big, I would say. So then as you can see, just trying to reduce the distance, just being on the inside. No need really to use the exit curb. I always prefer to like stay a bit tighter for this one. Also because you have to quickly go to the left side for the next one. So you really have to think about the next one, the next corner every time on this track because it's a really small track. So yeah, it's pretty much the thing to do every time on this track. So then not going too wide and then just need to quickly move to the left side. So for this one, I'm gonna use basically the beginning of the tire max, which is for me almost right there, I would say. So as soon as you can really see them, like I would say, like I have kind of a line in my head, but it's hard to say like this. But yeah, when the tire mark starts, basically it's where I'm starting to brake. So basically on the brakes, EV braking zone, and then as soon as I'm steering to the right, just releasing the brakes. As you can see, I'm like the corners before, like I told you, I'm just using like from a bit of beginning with the left wheels, but from the apex I will almost stay all the way on this new track surface. So the thing for this one is also to have a bit of a wide entry, because it's really important for this one to really have a good traction, a good exit, and have the steering wheel as straight as you can. So basically, by putting a bit more steering on the entry, by going a bit wider, it means that you're gonna go. We will be almost like straight for the apex, like at the beginning of the apex till the exit. So yeah, the thing there is to go a bit wider on the entry, and then as you can see, it goes a bit uphill. So as soon as you have the momentum, as soon as the car is in the right position into the corner, it's really important to release the brakes and then go early on power, because it goes uphill, so you have to carry the speed. And if you don't do that, then you're gonna be a bit lower on speed and then have a bad exit. So and you're gonna lose time through this small straight. So then once again, early on power and then getting close to the curbing. And then for the exit of this one, you can use the curb on the exit if you think it's necessary. And then we approach the Continental Bridge, just under this bridge, and then carry a lot of speed through this one. So I think on the entry I'm going a bit on the right, but I'm not really close of the grass, because I don't think it's really necessary to do that, because you can have a really decent line if you are like mid track, I would say, or in the middle of the second half of the track, which is on the outside. So then for this one, I'm just going try to go on the inside as early as I can. So basically, on top of that crest, I'm almost really close and almost hitting the apex. It's kind of double apex for this one, because as you can see, you almost hit the first apex there, then you are a bit wider, and then you like get your second apex. I think it's not very good idea to go on the inside for this time with this car. I think with other cars you can make it, but it's the Porsche remains a bit unstable with the big curbings and sausage curbs and stuff and bumps. So it's always better to avoid this kind of thing. So that's why I avoid this time the inside, because with other cars it can work, but with the Porsche I prefer to avoid that. So I would just stay away from that. But it's fine, as you can see, I'm still on my line. And then I managed to go all the way on the left, which is good, because then it gives me more comfort for this next section, which is really difficult, I would say, and really tricky to get it consistent. So then I'm on the left side of the track. As you can see, I'm really heavy on the brakes. The thing is that I want to slow down the car as much as I can on the entry, because if you carry too much speed, this corner is really like, if you carry too much speed through this one, like it's really easy to go completely off, because you cannot brake too heavily on this one. So then just on the brakes, trying to rotate the car with the steering, as you can see on the apex. And then I'm not hitting too much the brakes, because it's really easy to lock up the rear tires if you make this, because it's really bumpy. So most of the time, sometimes the rear wheels doesn't really go on the racetrack. Like it's going off the track because it's really bumpy. So like I said, just releasing the brakes, and as soon as I'm getting past the apex, I'm not hitting that much the brakes. And as you can see, I'm really trying to manage the brakes, because like I have a bit of experience with this track, because I drove it quite a lot. But when you will drive it, you will find, like, you will know where is the bumps, where is the spots you have to avoid braking. So basically, as you can see, that's why my braking is not consistent, because I'm just releasing when there is bumps, and when the racetrack is flat, I'm just going on the brakes. So that's why you can see that I'm not consistent on the brakes. That's why, because if you brake all the way the same pressure, then you're gonna lock up the rear tires and you will spin most of the time. So as you can see, just trying to manage the brakes, and then I'm releasing the brakes, try to find the rotation for the next corner. So just one thing also before talking about the exit, just it's not necessary to go too wide for this one. It's always better to keep a bit of a margin, like 1 or 2 meters. By the way, no need to go fully on the curb for this one. So then for the exit, so it's really important to not overshoot this one. So basically, I'm just trying to use the brakes to like put the car on the right racing line. And then as you can see, I'm really aggressively on the power, because I need to find the rotation, basically, because It's kind of understeery. It doesn't have that much grip. So my only way to find the rotation now is not the brakes because I need to carry the speed for the exit. So the only way now is to find and use the power to find the rotation. So that's why I'm going pretty aggressively on it. And like I said before, just using the new track surface on the ground. So then on power and then trying to straighten the wheel to have the best traction possible using a bit of the exit and a bit of runoff, and then you have that really long straight, can be an overtake opportunity at the end of it, to be honest. But you really have to get a great exit to make sure you can make a safe move because it can be a bit tricky. And if the guy in front of you defends on the inside, you have to be really brave to go around the outside. Now I'm on the left side of the track, and then I'm gonna basically look at the grass on the right hand side. So basically, when I'm getting like 5 meters away from it, like if you put a line like this through the track, I think I'm like maybe 5 meters away from it when I'm starting to release the throttle and on the brakes. When I'm starting to like release the throttle and going on the brake, I will straight away aim for the inside, and I'm gonna try to like basically really lick the inside curb. I'm not gonna go on the inside curb because I think it can basically make like unsettle the car a bit, and basically you can lose the rear. But what I'm doing is that, and you will see maybe better with the chase cam, that I'm really leaking the curb. I'm not going really on it, but I'm just staying really on the edge of the curb because it helps me to really make the corner and do not understeer. So best way for me is to really get close of the curb and really use it that way. So then, as you can see, doing that same thing on the first one, then basically with the speed you're gonna go a bit wide, but it's fine. Like if you go a bit wide, just use a bit of braking, not too much because you will basically lose the car. It's really unstable there. And also it depends maybe of the wing you are using. If you use like a different setup maybe, or if you use CDA, it doesn't matter. Like just make sure to not like being too aggressive on the brakes. That's the key there. And also because if you are too aggressive on the brake, you will just kill all the momentum you have through this corner. So basically, just licking the curb there, just going on power because basically it goes a bit uphill, so you have to keep the momentum and just use the power. And then once I'm off the curbing, I just need to prepare the next one, which is pretty much the same thing. It just maybe a bit more difficult to stick to this one because it really tends to go understeer for this one, so it's really tricky to manage to really lick this corner. But as you can see, I'm really close to it on the apex on the exit of the corner, which is really important because one thing for this one is that I don't want to go too wide. So it's better to maybe being a bit more patient for this one and being a bit smoother actually on the inside on the entry. Because if I carry too much speed on the entry, then it means I'm gonna go wider. And as you can see on this one, the next corner is really close. So you really have to go a bit slower on the exit so then you can move quickly to the left side and then prepare the next corner. It's almost the same thing every time. I'm telling you like every week in the lap guides. It's always to think about the next corner because if you like just thinking about one corner, then okay, you will nail this corner, but then you will compromise too much the next one. So for this one, like I said, I'm just going really early off power, as you can see. So I'm just going fully off power, then trying to find the rotation on the brake. And then as you can see, like I could go earlier on power. Like at that time, I could go on power. So basically, I would carry more speed on the exit. But as you can see, I'm still on the brakes, just trying to find the rotation and just trying to put the car in the right on the right racing line to prepare the entry of the next one. So then now the car is in the right position. I'm in the right. I have the right speed, the right momentum for the exit, and I'm in the perfect position to just I'm not far away from the left side of the track to put the car on the left to take the next it's 90-degree left-hander, a right-hander. So as you can see, really fast on the left side, and then with third gear, just trying to use that new track surface on the brakes as soon as the car is next to the left of the track. On the brakes, no need too much brake pressure because you have to carry the speed and it goes slightly uphill. So it's just about putting the car on the racing line. And then as you can see, I'm just trying to manage the throttle because it goes uphill. So then it's just about trying to find the rotation, putting the car in the right racing line, and also managing the power to not like having too much oversteer on the exit. But that's pretty much it for this corner. Like the main target is to not going too early on the inside, because then you will hit the curbing and then you're gonna fly off the track. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Not a very complicated corner, but yeah, it's really important to be smooth through this last sector, because it's where you can gain a lot of time, but it's also the place where you can lose a lot of time by not going smoother enough and by being too greedy, wanting to carry too much speed as well. So yeah, just be smooth. Think about the next corners every time, and you will be quicker on this track. And yep, that's it for this lap guide with the Porsche and most spots. Okay, guys, that's it for today for the week 4 with the Porsche 718 GT4 and more spots. Hope you enjoyed the video and you learned a bit from it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and also join the Discord server if you have any questions about what we are making. And yeah, see you next time for the week 5. Bye bye.